despite being maybe very tired after a long season, always have something extra when they see that Flamme Rouge. Oh, a little bit of off-road action there. It looked to be Moschetti going off the side of the road. That is, of course, not very beneficial if you want to win the race. We have little track there with Tim Toren-Teutenberg currently on the wheel of Jakob Söderqvist. These are the final 4 kilometers of the final stage of the NIBC Tour of Holland. We still have a breakaway of 4 riders up there. Originally, there were 3 with Huub Arts, with Cameron Rogers and with Alex Segaert. And Danny van Poppel, the Dutch national champion, bridged across to that group on his own. And now the peloton really has to give everything that they have to try and catch these riders. The gap is still around that 20-second mark. 4 kilometers left to go. It could be a brilliant move that Danny van Poppel did right here.
Yeah, this is really in the balance. I've been sort of sitting, oh yeah, the bunch have got this under control. They're going to pull them back, but they're not doing it. I mean, we had 20 seconds. We are now beginning to see that gap move a little bit, maybe just into this headwind section. That's just swung the balance a little in the favour of the group. But these guys are riding really well together and are pretty committed.
Yeah.
And these guys in the bunch can't afford to relax.
No, and what Danny van Poppel did with that attack is throw the chase into a little bit of disarray. Now it's up to Flanders-Baloise to do all the work. They have got Tom Krabbe, who's a promising up-and-coming sprinter. But this man of Flanders-Baloise on his own is not going to do the trick. Now Christophe Laporte, the leader on the GC, has to do the work. And of course he has to do that for Olaf Kooi.
Well, he's doing that for Olaf Kooi, and another 500 metres he's under the 3 kilometre to go banner, and his general classification win will be safe. But of course, you know, the race, the stage isn't finished, and they very much want to get that for Olaf Kooi. So Christophe Laporte's on the front. Great seeing the leader's jersey on the front pulling a turn, isn't it? It reminds me of Bradley Wiggins in the Tour in 2012.
Yeah, with Mark Cavendish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the Champs-Élysées, that was a very special moment. But Christophe Laporte himself has to do the job to try and catch those 4 riders at the front. 3 more kilometers to go. The man from Flanders-Baloise, Milan Lanhoven, is up there. We also have the man from Friesland, Hartijs de Vries, who worked so incredibly hard yesterday for Lucas Kubiš. Kubiš is in that red skin suit, do not forget it. Tim Merlier is in the blue. The 2 sprinters. Olaf Kooi currently in about 20th position. The gap is super small. It's about 150 meters at the moment. I think the catch will be made, but because it will be quite late, Michael, who can still have that sprint train? With Andresen currently in a pretty good position with Picnic Postenel.
Yeah, and Tim Toren-Teutenberg in Little Trek, they are up at the front en masse, and that's quite a powerful set of riders he's got, so he's looking pretty good. But Tim Merlier also had Bert van Leerberger in front of him. So I think the sprinters are reasonably well organised behind, but they need to make this catch. A big pull from Flanders-Baloise. Sadly, another one of those teams that's probably disappearing next year.
It looks like
but that was a big pull that made a lot of difference.
It looks like Alex Segaert still has few plans, maybe one ace up his sleeve. He's tightening his shoes right now. About you have to see when the catch is being made. Maybe one last explosion there by Alex Segaert to try and stay clear of that peloton. Indeed, yeah, exactly. That is exactly what he's doing on this little kicker. After that, we have a really fast descent into the finish line. Alex Segaert is giving everything that he's got left in the legs after a really long season to try and stay clear. Huub Arts on his wheel, and also Danny van Poppel there. Cameron Rogers a little bit further back. Christophe Laporte himself is doing all the work. Olaf Kooi currently in about 20th position. It looks really good for the man from Picnic Postenel, Lund Andresen. We also have Tim Merlier up there. Kubiš is not that far. Tim Toren-Teutenberg is not that far. We still have Davide Ballerini for XDS Astana, but Alex Segaert is going into that final kilometer with a little bit of a gap. And Christophe Laporte in that orange leader's jersey gives everything. It's about 6 seconds at the moment. We're going downhill most of that final kilometer. 400 meters to go. We got that right-hand turn, and then we're at the finish line. One last attack by Alex Segaert, but Denny van Poppel is also still up there. It's going to be a very tight finish here in Arnhem for the NIBC Tour of Holland. Very, very tight, but it looks like the breakaway is going to make it. We do have Alex Segaert through the corner first, then Huub Aertsen, then Denny van Poppel. He hasn't won in that jersey just yet, and this is the ultimate chance that he gets, the final day of the season. He bridged across to this little group on his own. Does he still have the power to get past Alex Segaert? Huub Aertsen is the first one to get past, and then that final kick by Denny van Poppel in front of his home crowd in that Dutch national jersey. He does it. Fortune favours the brave. He did attack on his own, bridged across to this group, and finishes off with a win. That was spectacular by Denny van Poppel.
That was real bike racing. That was real bike racing. I love that because, you know, he knew he doesn't really have the firepower to go toe-to-toe with Olaf Koyer-Timberlier on this kind of flat, fast course. So he rolled the dice. He went at exactly the right moment. He saw kind of the group ahead. He could bridge across to them, and he went and he bridged across, and he worked pretty hard. He was so lucky to have kind of Alex Segaert up there as a real engine for that group. That was brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Oh, Cameron Rogers almost falling off his bike there, but that was proper racing. A big thank you to Alex Segaert, but in the end, Denny van Poppel saw the moment. What was it, 10 kilometers out, something like that?
Not that last lap, yeah.
Yeah, bridged across to the three leaders, and then does it. And yeah, it's such a fantastic guy, Denny van Poppel. And of course, this man, after a truly horrible season that only started 2 months ago, finishes off the season with a win. Christophe Laporte is the overall winner of the Tour of Holland.
Hoe heerlijk is deze finish? Ik had het nooit